Roger.
Oh, Roger, Bill, and very nice to have you in the logbook. Like Ian was trying to get away, and I thought to myself, well, that'll do. I was literally just going for the off switch, and I heard the call sign, and I heard you call out, and I thought to myself, well, I'm not too sure if you was actually calling Ian or actually calling me, because obviously there was one letter difference on our call signs, and I thought, I can't be rude and just ignore you, mate, but you're a stonking signal, Bill. But as I say, the name this end is Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. I'm in Sidcup in Kent, so about 12 miles south of London, just down there in the Garden of England. I mean, it's quite suburban. There's not too many cornfields around me at the moment, but I'll give you a report on the next over, Bill. But tonight I'm using an old Trio TS520S, running about 100 watts, 105 watts, 110 watts, around about that sort of ballpark, and into a 90-foot long wire. So back to you there, 2E0FMI M0XCF.
Okay, excuse me, Mike 0XCF, 2E0FMI returning. Okay, down in Signal, you're down in Dutch territory, G6INU. I was talking to him the other night. Spoke to him a few times. Anyway, working conditions market for year to FTDX101 Delta. X-beam is the antenna at the moment, and the microphone is a Heel Pro 6. Heel Pro. I'm getting confused with the other one. I've got the Elite 6 on the 9918. At the moment, I'm on the Pro 7. Heel Pro 7, Mike, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, Bill. Well, it's sounding really good. You're 5 and 9 plus 30 on the peaks, a consistent 5 and 9 plus 20 and a bit of change. But every now and again, you're banging just over the 30 mark. It's a really quite a cracking signal. The X-beam working obviously very, very well. But I'm finding 40 meters absolutely fantastic the last couple of days, especially in the evenings. The longest distance I've had this evening was the Ukraine a couple of hours ago. There's been a few around. A Marine Mobile. He was an XE 1C Marine Mobile. He was down in the Med. It was interesting, but as you can imagine, an almighty pile up. But the Inter G has been absolutely stonking. It's been phenomenal. As I say, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that it was 1980 and we were both using SSB or AMCBs, but sort of in the same village, in the same town. So yeah, it's absolutely great signals tonight. But you know, at the end of the day, it's all good fun, whatever we sound like. I mean, sometimes I quite enjoy straining me lug holes, you know, to hear a low power station who's relatively close, and I get just as much enjoyment out of that as I do working DX, working local, working strong, working weak. You know, it's all relative. Quite often you'll find me on 10 meters during sporadic E season, and I keep the power generally below 10 watts, and I like to work QRP on 10 meters. And so the only other place which unfortunately you wouldn't be able to go to is 60 meters. I find that quite an interesting band with an on-off switch when it comes to propagation from short skip to long skip. It's really quite a weird one, that. And of course 80 meters. Everyone loves a bit of 80 meters in the evening. So back to you there, Bill. 2E0FMI M0XCF.
Okay, 0XCF, 2E0FMI return. Oh no, today, nothing the whole way through. Send it over. No problems whatsoever. Good audio as well. What I'm going to do here, sorry Mark, I'm just going to swap an antenna over. Won't be taking 2 takes. I'm just going the long way. See how it performs. You're the first one I've done it with, so we'll give it a whirl, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, and while the battery holds out, I'm recording this for my YouTube channel, so that'll be quite good, because if at some time you want to, you can actually go there. So you go and change your channel, your antenna. I'll keep this frequency open. This is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, holding the frequency in company with 2E0FMI. How you doing, Bill? Are you back yet? 2E0FMI, this is M0XCF.
Okay, M0XCF, 2E0FMI returning. I'm on the long way now, roughly about 234 feet in length. Nothing else, but straight out the tuner, tuned very easily. For the radio, it's that easy, the radio will tune it. But you're the first one. You drop down with a couple of best points, but nothing to worry about. I'll go back onto the X-Beam. A lot of people were thinking X-Beam. Yes, it does have the 40-meter extension on the X-Beam. Okay, Mark, I'll just lead back onto the X-Beam, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, 5 and 9 plus 20. 5 and 9 plus 20 with a slight wavering on the voice. Now, I don't know if that's my ears or the fact that because your signal's dropped slightly, but absolutely perfect, mate. 5 and 9 plus 20. Back to you.
Well, thanks very much for the report. I'm back on the X-Beam now. I am surprised. I'm in shock. I didn't realise it was that good. I only used the wire for the top band at 80 metres. But now I know it was 40, so that's a bonus, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, as I say, you went from 5 and 9 plus 30, 5 and 9 plus 25 to 5 and 9 plus 20. And once again, very consistent, Bill. Absolutely stonking signal from you. And I think like mine, because my long wire is 90 feet long, it will actually tune top band, and it will go right the way to sort of 15 metres, 15 metres. After that, it's rubbish. I've used it on 10 and 12, and it's absolute poo. It's no good whatsoever. But on the lower bands it works really well, but because it's only about 30 feet off the ground, it makes a very good NVIS antenna. And I find that for 40 meters, 80 meters, 160 meters, it's actually very, very good for inter G, near continent and the Republic of Ireland. So it's a lazy man's antenna. I've only been licensed 4 years, but I've had a long wire antenna up. Now, I've been in this house 18 years, and I've had a long wire antenna up for the best part of those 18 years, because I've always been a keen shortwave listener and a radio constructor. So I've always had a long wire of some sort. And when I got licensed, when I got my M6, being the lazy bloke that I am, I just got a tuner and just did it that way. I put a 9-to-1 unknown on the end, and that's how it's always been. So I'm very lazy when it comes to HF antennas. Now, 2 meters, etc., I've got sort of all different aerials hanging up there, and 10 meters I've got a vertical, and for 2 meters I've got a beam as well on a rotator. But no, HF, mate, I'm very lazy. There was a bit of wire already up, and that's what I've used. So I'm really pleased with the way it works. I mean, last night I was working into Brazil on 20 meters, no problem whatsoever. I mean, Roberto and a few others, they got huge great beams down there, and if you catch the grey line on 20 meters, I find my wire works really, really well for that. I've worked all the popular ones in South Africa, etc. So it's just there, it works, and I'm just very happy with it there, Bill. Back to you.
All noted, Mark. What I was going to say is, regarding the working conditions, I do have a few radios, the FT9918, as well as this 101D, and I've got the granddaddy, the FT101ZD. Ian said he likes the old gear. I like the old gear as well, as hands-on on the play, not just pressing buttons, etc. So I do have an 857. It's redundant at the moment. I keep saying I'll put it in the car for mobile, but I've not got there yet. But I was saying earlier on about Doug. How far you from G6 and you go ahead.
Oh, of course, yes, you did. Apologies for that. I meant to mention that because as soon as I mentioned Sid Cup in any breath on 40 metres, everyone says, oh, I know Sid Cup, Doug, G6INU. Now, funnily enough, I was speaking to him just 2 days ago on 40 metres. But yeah, I don't know him personally face to face, although we do belong to the same club, the Cray Valley Amateur Radio Society, just up the road. I'd say as the crow flies, he's half a mile away from me, and yeah, we have spoken many times on 40 metres. But I tell you what, Europeans, especially Germans, every time I tell them Sid Cup, or they see on QRZ I'm in Sid Cup, and straight away, oh, do you know my friend Doug, G6INU? And I think to myself, know him? I feel like his brother. But yeah, the short answer to that, Bill, is yes, I do know Doug well enough to have a really good conversation with. But funnily enough, yeah, as I say, we've never actually met face to face, and even though we belong to the same club. Back to you.
Okay, well, give him my regards. He always punches a good signal, he does Doug. I've spoken to him a few times and he's always been very strong. Anyway, listen, Mark, I'm going to, I might call it a shift, I'm out for people.